So good evening, everybody. I'm Lori Davies. I'm here with our One Team, One Mission. It's Monday night. This is our weekly call that we encourage and educate and learn and support each other in our businesses. And we're so glad if you're watching this on the recording, we're so glad that you're doing that. I know that it's hard sometimes to get away, but just know that all of these recordings, they're 30 minutes. Our call is just 30 minutes, and they will be housed in our One Team, One Mission Facebook group that is private, so you can go there without concern. But I'm super excited tonight because no more fumbling around for words and images and events or like, is this the latest Juice Plus information or not? No more wondering where you got to go to get that information. I think that if we delete all that conversation from our team text chat, it'll go down like 50%. It's like, because we'll know where everything is. So straight from corporate, clean, branded, and cleared through legal and the powers that be. It's going to be easy and simple at our fingertips for free because we now have a corporate sponsored file cabinet, aka board, with the most important information to let us run our businesses at the touch of a key. So this just went live last week and it's so easy and so fun to use. You probably are going to want to tell your bestie right now, hey, I'm getting ready to send you some stuff. Just know you're my guinea pig. I'm going to be playing with this new app that I got. And so you'll have fun with that. So first, just like anything new, it's going to be new if you haven't been using it, and there'll be a little bit of an onboarding. But great news is once you do start using it, you're going to become an expert so quickly, and all the instructions are built in. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you a little bit, just a couple of basic things, and then we're going to let Donna take it from there and kind of walk us through some more of the files. So let's find share, which of course is hiding on me. There it is. Share. Think I have what I need. So does that,
Yeah.
do you see just the board?
No, we still see your screen, your background
Okay,
screen.
let me see if I can make that better because it was here. This is probably better. And
Yeah.
now let me get rid of this, hide that. Okay, that should be better, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me minimize all the stuff that gets in the way. Okay, so on this, uh, this is the main board, Juice Plus on the Go USA, and all of the instructions are built into this. So even the brand newest of our team can hit the how to use boards down here at the bottom and watch one of the tutorials. They're super short and identified specifically so you can watch just the part you need. So I'm going to click that. On the right is a link. You click the link and it opens up to, of course, a page that lists all the little short videos that you could watch. So if you're looking for a particular thing to do with your boards, it's right here for iPhone, for Android, new features, all the stuff. So nice tips and information there. So that's one thing that you get. You also get at the bottom here, the boards launch training. This is the actual hour-long video recorded launch that we all took last week. So if you want to relive that, you want to go back to that or share it with someone, that is right there under how to use boards as well. So those are at the bottom. And then I want to show you that uh, on the main board, you can see this little arrow on, I believe, and if you're on a phone, iPhone versus Android, you're going to see different things. But right here on the computer, you see the little arrow coming out of the box and it says share. And that is how you're going to share this board. If you click share, the link is copied to the clipboard, and then you can just include this in a text or an email to whoever it is that you want to share it with. So on an iPhone, this might be a little dot with two lines going to two separate dots, or on the iPhone, I think it's again a box with an arrow showing that you're sharing. But either way, I think you're going to recognize. But don't you just love we get access to our beautiful new logo, right? And all the branded colors, just amazing. And at the bottom, be sure to check out the support and useful links file, because this is going to be all the important phone numbers and emails for corporate, our regional directors, web pages, socials, and even board technical support here towards the bottom. It's simple, it's clear, and at your fingertips. So like I said, I'm going to stop sharing because tonight Donna is going to be walking us through a few of these files and folders and give you the lowdown on how fun boards can be to use. So I want you to sit back and plan to play with this all week so you really get good at it. Now I got to find there we go, stop share. And then Donna, you should be able to share and you
Okay,
can walk us through a few of those things.
awesome. Okay, so can you guys see my screen now? Awesome. So who already has it on their phone and has played with it a little bit? Socorro, what about you, Chris? Yes, no? No?
I have.
Carol, you have?
Mhm.
Sheila, did you guys?
I have
You
been on my
have?
phone.
Who
I've
has it on?
used it and shared some of them.
Okay. Yeah, so it's I think it's just going to be a real game changer, because there's a lot of information here that we have struggled with in the past in terms of having uniformity, especially across teams. Everybody does it different, and so then we go, "Oh, this is good," and then we see somebody else do it, and we go, "Oh, that looks a little bit better, so let's recreate the wheel." And it just ends up complicating things. And so I think a lot of the leaders are very glad that we have corporate support and just a way to kind of put things together. And the fact that it's free for our new reps, our new partners, I think is very important. And the fact that, I don't know if you guys remember the training that we did with Abby Nowlin, and she talked about like we have access to the coolest tool ever. And that's what this is. It's an organizational tool that will help them run their business, but it can at the same time help them do other things as well and just organize like different things that are going on in their life if they choose to do that, right? So this is a free version of boards. As you guys know, I think most of you on the call tonight that are actually on the call, not necessarily watching it, but that are on the call have the paid version or the business version. And so our capability is still to have this board plus everything else that we have. And we have a few more capabilities with that. But tonight I want to show you guys, and it may take us a couple of calls, because I also know that if we don't get in here and learn what's in here and how to use it, the chances of us doing that are nil, right? We have a lot of opportunities right now to kind of change the way that we do things in such a way that we can impact a lot of people. And I think the one that I'm most excited about, the folder that I'm most excited about, is this new partner start here. So let's say that, let's just go there. So I'm going to click on new partner start here. If you happen to have it on your phone and it's easier for you to see that, you're welcome to do that. It won't hurt my feelings if you're not looking at the screen. So if you just start with welcome, I love this because it tells our story. It welcomes them to our whole entire Juice Plus community in a very inviting way, a friendly way. It talks about our company values. I love that we still have that whole legacy piece that we talk about who Jay Martin is when we share our story. And then just in a nutshell, like, who we are and what we stand for, the fact that we take pride in our research and we take pride in our products and our mission, and it just tells our story. And so if you can imagine, even think back to some of the partners that you've encountered over the past year, and you don't even know where to start, right? You have so much in your brain that you want to tell them, but like it's overwhelming. You don't even know where to start. This is where we start, right? Because this is what we're proud of with our company, and it's a way for us to very concisely share it with them. So they don't even have to be like completely in the system yet. They don't have to, like you could send this part to them immediately. And you can remember that Lori just showed you, right? If you wanted to share this part with them, you could share just the welcome, right? You could send just this one piece to them, so that they could get started. And what's kind of cool is that every time that you come down to the bottom, it's going to send you to the next step. So I have two options to get to the next step. I can click on it right here, and it's going to take me to number 2, or I can X out of this and I go to get set up right here. It's the same thing. Okay. So once we get into get set up, again, it breaks down all the different pieces. The part that gets confusing and overwhelming is the fact that we have a back office, we have juiceplus.com, we have the hub, we have, all of that. And it just breaks it down so beautifully so that we can easily, they could be looking on their phone at the same time you are, but you're talking to them, right? You can, however you're comfortable walking through this with them, you can do that. And the links are hot links, meaning that when they click on this, it's going to take them to the back office and enable them to get their password and all of that set up. There are videos that are embedded in here. How-tos, I would encourage you to watch the how-tos, how to edit your personalized website, how to view your customer orders, how to view your earnings. And if you take a few minutes to walk through this with them, then they're going to know where to go if they forget, right? They're going to be able to walk back through this. It talks about juiceplus.com. So it started off with back office. It goes to juiceplus.com. It tells them how to share a cart. I mean, just right off the bat gets them going in the right direction. And then it introduces them to the Juice Plus on the go boards app, which is where this information came from, but we want to get it into their hands and onto their phone, right? So it tells them how to do that, how to download the boards app. This is the invitation right here. So when you click on that, just like what you guys did, you put your email in and you're in, right? It talks about the hub. That at this point is not going away. It's going to be more of an archive and have a lot of more training and in-depth information. And it tells them how to get started with that as well. And then again, it's going to go to next step, place an order, tells them exactly how to do that. All right. So placing their personal orders, taking care of their customers, sharing a cart, all of that goes into detail. How to do a healthy start. How many times do we answer that question for a brand new partner, right? So now it's all just kind of laid out there for us. So rather than go through every single one of those, I just wanted you guys to see how easily it flows. For those of you that are, I love this part here, how to earn your first $600. Right? It tells you exactly how to do that, how to stay compliant, how to share with others, and then staying connected. And then at the end, there is play a game of bingo. So you'll get to enter, they will be entered to win when they start doing this. And it helps them just get through some of the basics in a fun way, right? So complete any 4 activities on the bingo card, then fill out the form below and enter our monthly prize drawing. Winners are chosen at random each month. Good luck, have fun, take action, right? That's what we want. Good luck, have fun, take action. right? The quicker that we can get them into action and help them to be successful, then the better off they're going to be, and the happier they're going to be as partners. So I'm going to encourage you guys to kind of really dig in and understand this. And then, like Lori said, just pretend you have a new person if you don't have one this week. Pretend that you do. And how would you do it? How would you, like, in your mind, prepare yourself to actually have that first brand new customer? Maybe even envision who that person is and walk through the process, right? So that when that happens, you're prepared for that. Do you guys have any questions about that? Okay.
I
So
do.
who's that?
I mean, Socorro, I raised
Yeah.
my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're doing, you're sending a new partner, the welcome, where does it know it's my partner versus anybody else? If it's the same, or do we need to tailor that particular welcome page with our website?
No, you don't need to tailor it. I wouldn't. I'm not going to. I'm just gonna. So as soon as if I'm on, I think you guys are in my way here. Yeah. Let me move you over here so that I can see. So basically, if I click this, or if I'm on my computer, right? So it looks a little bit different when you're on your computer versus on your phone. But if there's one, do I click that and then hit share? No. Let me unclick that. I think I just opened it up. Oh no, I'm not even in the right place anymore. I got completely out of it. Okay, start. So here's number one. So if I click on number one and I want to share that, literally I can share that. And if I'm on my phone, I would just text it to that person.
So would I go and change the signature, I mean, the
There's
keyboard
nothing,
to do
but
that?
there's
Normal?
nothing in there, sweetie. There's nothing in there for you to change. Like when the only clickable link right here is to get set up.
So if it's somebody that you send it to and they go on in and they fill it all out, how will they know it's you that send them that?
But they're not,
You
so
know?
this is not to get them to sign up as a partner. You're still going to do that the same way that you have. This is to help them get started.
I got you. Okay.
Okay.
So that's
So they're
after you
not
have
going
the
to sign,
conversation and they
right?
want to sign up and they need all this. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
let's pretend they've already signed up. You've already gone through that process with them, and now we're getting them onboarded. Really
Gotcha.
is what we're
Okay.
doing now. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Sorry if I wasn't clear.
No, I thought it was for the potential, partners that we can send that to so they'll know all about the company and all that stuff.
Well, I think that you can do that. Like
Okay.
I mean, I think that's I could use it for that very easily.
Okay.
If they have questions, it also is a good example of like what our capabilities are. And the other thing for those of you that are well versed in boards, I think it's genius what they've done here, because all they've done is create a series of pages. Do you get that?
Mhm.
Anybody can do that, right? Because sometimes I think what we do is we try to put way too much information into one page and it's way too long, right? Well, they didn't do that. All they did was give that page just enough information. And then if they wanted more, what did they do? They put a link to another page that gives them more detail.
More
Right. And so
connection.
you'll see that. So just like I've always said, like, if you're listening to a recording, you listen with three things in mind. You listen to gain knowledge for yourself. You listen for verbiage, right? Ways to do things or ways to say things. And then you listen with people in mind of who you want to share the information with. Well, it's the same thing when you're looking at this information. The best of the best have put this information together. So use the information, but then let your creative juices go also so that you can say, oh my gosh, I could build something similar if I'm building pages, and use some of this technology in a creative way for my business. Right. So I think there's a lot of very cool stuff in here that we can kind of appreciate. So The other thing I just want to draw your attention to, and then I don't know what time it is. We'll get off for tonight. 7. We're doing pretty good.
7-2.
If you go to resources, because what is our kickoff for this month is talking about reset, correct? So I want you guys to see this. So remember, I went to resources, and then I'm just going to click on reset. I have to move you guys all the way again. Oh, there we go. I also love the example that they've used, and they just made an image and they give you guidance right here. I love that. So within reset, if you've not clicked on it yet, there's a guidebook. The guidebook is amazing. So I'm going to encourage you to open up that guidebook, and then they've pulled out the guidelines themselves are right there for you. Verbiage to invite. There's a posting plan. That is right now, there's nothing in there. So it says coming soon, but that's something to look forward to before, between now and the end of the month. I'm sure they'll put that in there. Some of the recipes, the books that we've had in the past are there available. But then I wanted to show you this is the pages to share. And it gives you, I doubt that you can read this off my computer right now, but it talks about the differences in this little colored image right here. It talks about how pages work and the fact that if you have a free plan, you would use this free plan page, and all you would have to do is open it up, and either it's an introduction to reset or you're welcoming the so maybe it's somebody that's already said yes, they've placed their order for all of their Juice Plus and their Complete or Illuminate or whatever they're going to be using, and you're going to get them engaged in the whole reset program, right? Then you would use this one, but whichever one, or maybe you're inviting someone to just take a look at it, you would open it up, and then you would use this share button. This is a free plan, so there's no links in here that would tie them necessarily back to you. It's just information. Okay. And then they can reply back to you or wherever you are in the process to help them get started. You can send them a cart link to help them get their product or whatever. There's nothing in here, right, that would send them someplace other than you, because you're the one that has sent this to them. Okay. If you are part of, hold on, let me go back. So that is,
So Dawn, I can ask you a question regarding that.
yeah.
So when you send this to someone and you had just met them and send them that information, that will go, they can go straight to juiceplus.com because they see it's Juice Plus, and then they can place their orders, right?
But Sakura, when you enter that conversation with that's a true statement about anything.
Right.
Right. So, but here, what you're going to do is if you send that to them and you have a free plan, like you're not replacing any URLs in there, you're going to say, hey, here's some information. Let me know if you're interested and I'll help you get started. Right. And then you're going to build the cart link for them. You're not going to send them to juiceplus.com. You're going to tell them to come back to you.
Okay. So you couldn't add,
Or
your
you
thing
can
on it.
include the cart link in there if you want to, like
Gotcha.
separately, just send I know
Because
that
these are not editable.
not a free plan is not editable.
Gotcha.
Okay. The business plan page is editable.
Okay.
The pages in this folder are for partners on the board's business plan only. Copy and edit it with your links, pictures, and other information. So basically what you're going to do on this one is it's something that you can edit. So you're going to click it, you're going to copy it, and you're going to put it into
Your own board.
your own Juice Plus board. So I'm going to put it in my pages. I'm going to, I think you guys are in my way. Yes, paste here. I have to keep moving you. Paste here. So now it's in my business page. And I can go back into my Juice Plus board and I can go through and edit it. Which
Gotcha.
if I go, where was I? I think I have one too many boards. What do you guys think? And now it's all open. There it is. So I get to move this again. So now if I go to my pages, there's this one. And then I can come through and I can click on this and I can edit it. Right.
Gotcha.
And I can put my links in here or move things around or whatever I want to do and make it mine.
Gotcha.
Okay. Are you
Thanks.
guys good with that?
Yes.
So, but can you see how that would be super overwhelming for a brand new person? Right? So I wouldn't even have that conversation with them. I would just show them, like what the basics are. And then if they want to do more, then by all means, they can do more. Some people are going to gravitate to that like nobody's business. They're going to love it. And some people are going to go, whoa, that's a lot, right? I think I'm good just sending a link and sending this. I can't find the board now. I got too many open. I think I'm just good, sticking with what's already built for me, right? For a new person, I think that's probably plenty. But anyway, I just wanted you guys to see what the versatility is. And if you don't do anything else this week, I would suggest, spending a little bit of time in the new partner start here. Some of you, it may be helpful for you to just kind of go through this, right? Make sure that you completely understand everything. And again, kind of pretend and walk through like you were going to help someone get started. How would you do that? What would it look like for you to be able to do that? And then on the resources, obviously there are a lot of resources here that I'd love for you to click through and understand, but I would love for you to spend a little bit of time with Reset and really be focused on that this week and, develop that list of people that you're going to be talking to about Reset. Okay, I'm going to stop share. Is
Awesome.
there
Thanks.
anything else, Lori, that you wanted to cover?
Well, we're out of time. Just a reminder, come back next week. We're going to do a little bit more, dive a little bit deeper, but it will be meaningless unless you've spent a little bit of time doing this already, like Donna was saying. I do really want to include, ask everybody if they're planning to go to Waco, make sure you're registered. Make sure that you have, there's 3 different options of registering for the Hispanic, for Dr. Benitez, and then for Saturday's training. And we can talk more about that in our text chat. And but it's going to be amazing, and I'm so excited. And I hope that as many people as possible plan to be there and bring someone with you. So with that, if there's nothing else, great job, Donna. Thank you. I love our new board, and you did a great job explaining it. And now everybody gets to dive in and practice with it. So with that, I will stop the recording here.